you're looking for deals, it's not just the property is for sale for £200,000. There are many ways to exit the deal. There is many ways to sell a property, but there are many more creative ways to buy it. I can buy a property without any of my own money. I can buy a property without any investor's money, given various circumstances, lease options and things like that. However, get an investor on board, let's all keep each other sweet, hold hands, and we'll go forward. It's finding out why they want to sell, speak to the person that sells. Property is bricks and mortar, that's all it is. What you're actually dealing with is people. Why would you want to engage in me? That's for you to understand. Why would I want to engage in you? It's your persona that puts out. You need to understand the why of why a client wants to sell his house. You need to help him. You need to make him happy. You need to give him the funds he needs to get on with his life. You need to alleviate the pain that he's suffering. You can't alleviate the pain until you give him the time to tell you what the pain is. Once you know what the pain is, it's down to me and my team to find a solution. And there are many, many solutions in property, which I'll explain to you at a later date.
So George, I hear you're talking about investments in your new local area, which is in the Lincoln area.
Yes. First of all, what you're going to do when you try and establish yourself in an area and work out whether it's profitable to be involved in the property market, you've got to look at other indicators. Have I got time to do tons and tons of market research? No, I haven't. However, what you need to do is depend on people like McDonald's, Tesco's, the coffee houses. If they decide to move into the area, they have done your homework for you. They've done your market research. That is the property you need to buy. You don't need to buy it under market value. You don't need to worry about beating the vendor down. You can work with the vendor. You can do an assisted sale. He's got the property on the market for £100,000. It needs £30,000 spent on it. Talk to him. Do the assisted sale. Do the work with him on the contract. Then the property is worth £160,000. You've made £20,000 for your advice. Or you can buy it off of him with investors' funds. Then do the work yourself, and then everybody's happy. He's gone away with his money. You've got your property. You can then find your exit strategy. You can either sell it or rent it out.
So you've got a 2 or 3 bedroom property and you're adding value to it in some way to get that extra hike of 30k.
Yes, what you do a 2 or 3 bedroom property, but just depending on how it's configured. The way is to make more money of it, to monetize the thing, to find some way of getting better remuneration. You can do that 2 or 3 ways. You can do it under permitted development and external bits and pieces on it. You can put rooms on the side of garages, whatever, or you can reconfigure the inside, make it from a 3 bedroom to a 4 bedroom, or a 2 to a 3, or an additional bathroom. You can then let it out on a room basis, you can let it out as a serviced accommodation basis, or you can let it out and put a family in there to make them comfortable. There are many, many ways to do it, but you need to be flexible. You need to find the property that you want to work with and then have 3 or 4 exit strategies. That's the way forward.
What's the next step, George?
Contact me. If you wish to, give me a call, contact me via the various portals that are on offer to you, and let's have a chat. I'll be open with you, you be open with me. If it's going to work together, we're both going to be happy. job as a professional is to look at the best way to monetize the property that we're interested in, either buying it directly or buying it with investors' money. However, there is another way that we can help the vendor get rid of their property at a profitable way. We can go for a lease option. Look at this, our latest lease option. Would we buy this outright for cash? No. Why? Because we haven't got planning on it. We need to get planning. So the ideal situation is to get a lease option on the property, then work with the vendor to get planning on it. Then you have two exit strategies. You can either sell it with planning permission now in place, or you can then proceed with its construction. Whichever way, it's a win-win. The vendor gets his money and I, as a developer, get an opportunity. We go further down the line, we can ask the vendor to stay in. He then puts his money into the construction. We go for bridging loan. We go through our power team again and we get to our broker. We chat, we produce the figures, we put it on a spreadsheet, we offer it up. My broker will then offer it out to his prospective investors. Then, when it's all done, agreed, satisfied, we employ a project manager. A project manager then will take over the job on our behalf. I'll come in once a week and have a look at it, but I'm not laying bricks on this one. I've done that for 20 years. So the project manager takes over. He manages your money, he manages the progress, he manages the investment that we're putting into it. And then at the end of the day, hey, we're out. We hope to retain 20% profit over gross value. So I pay out the investor again, he gets more money than he was hoping for, and we walk away with the profit. And we're housing people. We're housing people in 2 and 3 bedroom houses all over again. But this one is not going to be ready for some time. Right, well today we find that the government, in its infinite wisdom, the Bank of England has put the bank lending rate up. What does this do for us as investors? It gives us opportunities. I know it sounds savage, but opportunities are there made by the fact that people will not be able to maintain their payments at the moment. Mortgages are coming to an end for fixed terms. So there will be a lot of property out there that's immediately available. We can, as investors, just buy those properties, or we can sit with the current occupants, owners, and find a way forward for them whereby they save their property and we obtain an investment. This is not a hard thing to do, provided you get the assistance of the owner. Now, how do we get the assistance of the owner? If they're in negative equity, we can find a way out for them. If their mortgage is coming to an end and they can't afford to keep it up, we could possibly offer them an opportunity to babysit their mortgage with us, whereby we can all earn a living. They save their house and we then move forward with them as JV partners. So we're just driving into Eastbourne. This is my hometown and the area where I've had a lot of success in property. However, we are now going to move out of town and relocate to Lincoln, where I have been working with some investors and getting good returns on properties for them and myself. There is a high demand for property in Lincoln in the 2 and 3 bedroom areas, families that require homes and accommodation. There is no point, I don't think, in investing in 4 rooms and 5 bedrooms. It's not cost effective. So we need to stay in that area of the 2 and 3 bedroom where the high demand is. that's where properties will be taken up, either as a sale property or as a rental property. The market is the same.